So Mabry started at American, and I was there in '93, and I was responsible for making sure he got his orientation and got going. And we hit it off immediately. In fact, I'll never forget, one of the very first things we did was we went duck hunting together. And we were trying to figure, we didn't do that well, or maybe we did, I don't know, it was a great day. I thought, let's finish this day perfectly and go play golf. And so we got a duck hunt and a round of golf on that day. And then he said, hey, let's go over to my parents' house. And that's the first time I met you. And I'll never forget, I was sitting in your living room, and I fell asleep. I was so tired. And you said to Kyle, should we just spend the night? I'm afraid for him to drive home. You know, fall asleep. You remember that? So we get back, and I had heard, I was at church, and I had heard of a mission trip that was going to go up this river in Africa looking for lost villages. By the way, before you get to that, I didn't ever actually like you, but he had a hunting dog, and I didn't have one. He had a retriever, and so he got me out of having to wade out in the water for my own birds. So, anyway, that Sadie was a good dog, yeah. Although there were many times I almost shot her. So I was at church, and there was this Africa mission need to go up this river. And I thought, and find lost villages, and I thought, oh, this is so awesome. This is Indiana Jones all over again. And so I called him, and I said, dude, I need someone to go with me on this Africa trip. And he said, I've got this Honduras thing, I can't do it, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, whatever. So he calls me back. He said, okay, I called him back. I said, dude, really need someone to go. Is this Honduras thing still on? He goes, you know what? It just canceled. I said, you want to go to Africa? And he goes, absolutely. I said, go get your shots today, because you had to start this cycle of shots. And so he went down and started getting his Hep A/D shots, and we went on this trip. Now, I will tell you, on this trip, we were there, and we were having a great time with a bunch of African missionaries. Then we went towards the bush, and we had a demon encounter that I'll tell you just riveted us to our souls. And so I saw Kyle at his most vulnerable he's ever been. We were at the missionary's house, and he said, Hollander, come here, let's go outside. I said, okay, what? He said, dude, I can do a Sunday school lesson. I can do a something. I can even preach a sermon. But I don't know that I can do this. I said, we're 6,000 miles away from home. The plane only goes twice a week. We don't have a choice. Well, Jesus, I think it's in John, Jesus talks about going 2 by 2. And he did that for a reason. Because he knew that everybody needs somebody else. And so I will tell you, without a doubt, when we were sitting out in the bush of Africa and not knowing a single thing that's being said except to a translator, I could tell you how he was feeling. I could tell you what he was thinking. He could tell me the same thing. When he was sick, I knew it before he told me. There's a mystery to that. And I believe Jesus knew that. And he knew that if you want to be effective in a very dark world, if you want to be in a world that's very cross-cultural, you need someone else there with you. And I made a commitment at that point. I will never go overseas again without him. Because he knew that. So then, Mr. Bigwig at American, let me tell you about him. I'll never forget, I went out to see him, this is the last thing I got to say. I went out to see him, and he had been in this job maybe 2 weeks. And I get in the car with him, we go by his place, and I'm thinking, God, this is how the other half lives. And he said, Hollander, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I said, fake it. Just act like you know what you're doing, and you'll be successful. This company loves people that go get stuff done, that act like they know what they're doing, and then follow through on that. And he's done that. In fact, he's blown the door off of that. And so when I see him, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm sitting in a meeting totally unrelated to him, and they show this picture of him up on the screen of something he's done. I said, I know that guy. Let me tell you about that guy. So, dude, happy birthday.
The deal was, too, I think what I said to you outside of Ben Sustar's house was, not I can't do this. I said, I don't know how to do this. And part of it was because, like, you are prepared for everything. And I just said, and you made me prepared for that trip because I just fly by the seat of my pants. But you were the guy out there who would get battery packs and satellite cell phones and whatever, heated sleeping bag, or whatever we had. You had all the stuff. And you made me more prepared, but it was interesting to get in that spot and for us to go out there and realize we can't prepare for this. We don't know how. And to me, that became such a spiritual experience that we couldn't prepare for. The only way for us to get through it was to lean on Jesus. And I was so glad at that moment that I was with you there, because I knew that together we could lean on Jesus. And so there was never one thought that I was going to leave that place, but the thought that I had was, I don't know how to do this, but I'll bet you he knows Jesus well enough. I do too. And we'll get through this thing that neither one of us knows how to do. I was glad I was there.
It's a good word.
Yeah.